What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Since last time, I've done a little bit of customizing. I got enough Chocobo wings to put auto haste on Wakka's armor thingy here. And the way I did that was I stole them from Cactuar Kings, which are a area conquest monster at the Monster Arena, which I believe you unlock for catching all the monsters in the Thunder Plains. In addition to that, I put Auto Potion and Auto Protect on Tidus's shield here, which are done with Light Curtains for Auto Protect, and what is it for Auto Potion? I think I've got it written down here actually. Stamina Tablets. I just happen to have enough items lying around to do both of those, so I figured why not. Eventually I'm going to want to make Wakka and Riku's armors look the same, but I don't happen to have the required materials right now. I also have made a weapon for Wakka and Riku, that's the same as Tidus's, Overdrive to AP weapon. I'll be putting more stuff on those later, but for the time being, they're there. Right now I want to go back to the equipment I had earlier though. Also, I thought I should point out what exactly these characters' sphere grids are looking like at the moment. So right now, last time I showed you the sphere grid, I believe, Tidus was working on Auron's sphere grid. So he made it all the way to the end here, and then I used a return sphere to warp him back to here, which is the starting of Tidus's sphere grid. And right now, I had him go all through Kimahri's area just because it kind of touches on everyone's area, and it'll be useful in the future for if I want to move around somewhere else in the sphere grid. If you're moving across an area that you've already unlocked, then you move 4 spaces for 1 sphere level. So I figure I might as well get this stuff while I'm here. And right now I'm just gonna pick up Ultima real quick, even though he doesn't have very much magic. And once I'm done that, I'm going to just come down here and go through Wakka's sphere grid. As for Wakka himself, he is slowly making his way through Tidus's area of the sphere grid, and he's pretty close to finishing it. So yeah, he's working on Tidus's. Now Riku, she was also working on Tidus's, but she finished it. So what I've done with her is I backtracked, and I came and took a little shortcut through Yuna's sphere grid here. Oh, I forgot an ability there. Oh well. And I'm gonna bring her up here real quick and teach her Auto Life, which I will then teach to Wakka and Tidus. Oh, I only have one white magic sphere. Oh well, I'll teach it to one of them. And then I'm going to have her as well go through Kimahri's area of the sphere grid and go somewhere else from there. So that is where I stand. So let us continue exploring the Omega Ruins. Oh, and when I'm done Tidus's sphere grid with Wakka, I'm just going to have him take the same path that Riku is taking right now. So this is an Adamantoise, and they are fairly resistant to physical attacks. So I'm going to armor break them, and then go about my business. I'm just guarding with Riku here, and stealing, because her weapon does not have capture on it, and it has break damage limit, so I'm not really sure how much damage she's going to be able to do. And I want to capture this thing, so I'm making sure that someone with a capture weapon gets the killing blow. The encounter rate here is actually kind of yeah, it's kind of high. So if you're having a little bit of trouble with this area, or if you desperately need a heal and you don't think you'll survive more battles, say you get in a bad spot with a Malboro or something and you just manage to escape, then you can feel free to equip your peaceful equipment with no encounters. And I have no reservations with how much damage I'm doing against those mimics. They can't be captured, so feel free to throw on the celestial weapons and go all out. And in this little alcove here we have some treasure chests. And the treasure chests in the Omega Ruins are strange. Basically the way they work is they're all linked. And every time you open one, there's some formula to it, but basically there's a chance that you'll either get an item or you will get an ambush like this one. And I'm not really sure what determines how which one you get, but there is some sort of like internal formula or something, and I'm pretty sure there's a way to game it in your favor. But I really don't think it's worth the effort, because it's a lot of effort. So basically, every time you get an item, it moves you on to the next item in the list. So you get progressively better items every time you get another item in a row. And there's I think 12 chests total in this place. But every time you get a ambush, all the chests in that particular area, like there are 3 chests here, they all despawn, and you start over again at the top of the list. So if you do manage to get 12 items in a row, you get a ridiculously good prize, but the chances of that actually happening are kinda slim. And honestly, I wouldn't really worry about what prize you get. And here we have a Varuna. At least I believe that's what they're called. Indeed they are. They will cast haste on themselves, and if they get a chance, they will start spamming elemental spells at you. But fortunately, I have haste as well, so they are no match for me. Really, they're not that strong in general. They're kind of annoying because they absorb all elements, so if you're trying to do damage to them with magic, that won't work too well. So we got a couple different enemies here. I don't want to kill them with Riku, and everything here has kind of low health. So I want to attack these corals, and I want to kill this floating death with Waka. That should be your priority, because those things are really nasty. These corals they don't have much health, but they have like just enough that if you have break damage limit, you're probably gonna kill them. But if you don't have break damage limit, then they're just barely going to be able to survive the first hit. And luckily with auto haste, I am fast enough that they don't even get a turn. So let's see what's down this pathway. Here we got a crew of new enemies. These guys, they're not really anything special. They're just a pretty standard set of tough shelled enemy things that you can armor break. Or if you had a capture weapon that has piercing, that would work too. And then there's one of these floaty magic thingies, which will cast their element on themselves to try and heal themselves. What the heck, let's get Auron out here to armor break this guy. Don't want to kill it with Riku because I want to capture, and down he goes. Nothing special about them. If you're wondering why Riku is getting so much more AP than everyone else, like she's got 10 sphere levels, her God Hand has double AP on it. I mentioned that before, but I figured I should reiterate. And I'll just use that up eventually off screen. If you're having a bit of trouble with the monsters in here, feel free to just kind of stick around the save sphere, since you can use the save sphere to heal. And you can just spend a while walking around the entrance, killing what you can. Because the monsters in here give a lot of sphere points. You'll be able to venture out further eventually. And really, the monsters in here can be very hard. Like, a lot of them can just tear you apart. I'm making it look like something of a joke, but a lot of that's just because I've got auto haste on everyone. So I can basically just kill stuff before it gets a chance to move. And here, this is another of the forms that a mimic can take. There's the flying thing, and then there's that little thing. I think that's supposed to be one of those little armored guys. Let's see, the chests here despawn because I got ambushed. So, make our way back to the fork in the road. One nice thing you can really take advantage of is some of the bigger enemies here, like Adamantoys and Malboros, are actually susceptible to delay. So if you hit them with a delay buster, you can buy yourself a lot of free turns, which can be a good way to give yourself a big advantage even if you don't have auto haste going for you. I wonder what's down this pathway. More chests. So let's see what we can get. Defending bracers and an ambush. This should be a quick battle, so I might as well just keep it in. Oh, and that's the happens to be the third type of mimic that I haven't shown yet. This one is like a little snake thing. You can see there's like stuff on the ground, and then it kind of comes up and it forms like a little head. I'm honestly not sure what type of creature that's supposed to be, but whatever. Those chests disappear, but back here we find Al Bhed Primer Volume 26. And that should be... Yep, that's all the Al Bhed Primers. Yay! So, let's continue down this way. What's down here? Looks like another alcove. But what awaits us at the end of the alcove? Find out next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Catch you later.